forward, before we start, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh. That's all praises and glory to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who you legally call Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in which we come. And hey, double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone, who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers, all the fellow servants, and all your occupants there that's striving, pushing strong, pushing His word, all right, to the four corners of the earth, all right, and ushering in the kingdom of heaven, preaching the truth of the gospel, all right, coming out here to speak the words of salvation and condemnation, because that's what's coming. Right, the Lord's coming back to save, but He's also coming back to destroy. He's coming back to judge. All right, and hey, right now, it's a lot of wicked festivities going on. All these pagans out here. We in a so-called Christmas Day. That whole holiday spirit. Which is all demonic, man. Right, December 25th. Sun worship. All right, a lot of pagans in the ancient world, they were all worshiping, sun deity idols on this particular day. All right, and according to the scriptures, the God of the Bible, the God of the universe, He tells us we're not to partake in that. All right, He's a jealous power. That's what our people don't understand. All right, that shall have no other gods before me. You worship a day like Christmas, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if anybody's got something. Go ahead.
I got an Amos. It's Amos 9. It's Amos 5:21. And it reads, I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
The Lord said He hates and He despises your feast days. All right. Normally, it's usually a festivity where you and your family, your loved ones, you gather together, put together a meal, a dinner. All right. You're more than likely going to put some meat in the oven, or you might grill it, put it on the grill. All right. Well, that's your so-called peace. That's your burnt offering. Putting that damn ham up in there, which is an abomination. You ain't supposed to eat that. That's considered an offering to whatever deity that you're worshiping that day. Yeah. All right? The Lord said He won't even smell it, man. You got a bunch of hypocritical Christians who have the nerve to gather around the table and pray over this shit. The Most High, all you're doing is just you're provoking Him. You're that smoke that burns in His nose. All right, because the Lord is not with it, man. Especially Jake. Jake should know by now. It's 2022, going into 2023. With all the knowledge, all the information that's out there, you still don't know that this isn't acceptable. Some of you actually do know that, but you're still going to continue to do what you do.
Yeah.
Because you're wicked. You're that wicked, rebellious house the Lord always spoke about.
I just want to say to a lot of people, yeah, man. People out there, what has Christianity, what has Christmas, what has any of this of praying over this food done in health or help to our people? It's done absolutely nothing but made the situation worse. How many so-called pagan, well, I won't say so-called holiday, but how many of these pagan worship days are people going to partake in to their destruction? How many houses burned down when they like this? How many houses burned down from all the cooking and shit that y'all doing and fixing up? How many people got pushed over the threshold of cholesterol and just bad eating, abominable foods?
How many people get evicted within the coming months because they didn't tricked off all their money on Christmas?
February couldn't make it to April for tax season to bail them out. Lock it up, right?
Yeah. All you're doing is just you're financially burdening yourself, and also your health is being burdened too.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And another evil is you're praying unto a false idol. Yeah, your spiritual health is fucked. Well, got you on all sides. This one.
That's why the Lord said He hates and despises it, man.
Proverbs 28:9, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Yep. You don't want to hear that it's unlawful to eat that swine, but yet you want the Most High to pay attention to your prayer. You pray over it. And he told you simply not to eat it, for it is unclean unto you. You know? Yeah, this days like this always show the hypocrisy of you people, so-called Christians. Claim you believe the Lord, you believe on the Most High, His Son, the Messiah. But like the Lord said, your heart is far from you.
Yeah.
You honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from you.
Somebody give me real quick Luke 6 and 46 verse. And they'll be the first one to say, Lord, Lord. They always, got the Lord's name in their mouth. But yet they don't do it. They don't do nothing that He says.
The Lord's title is in their mouth.
Right.
This is Luke 6 and 46. And it reads, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?"
Exactly. Praising my name, singing songs and stuff like that. Talking a good one, but yet you don't honor the things that I command. When did the Lord command for His disciples to go ahead and put Christmas trees in their homes? That's nowhere in the scripture. Christmas is Christmas is in the scriptures, but it ain't what you think it is.
Right. Paganistic worship, it truly is in the scriptures.
Yeah.
It is in there.
Yeah.
They talk about the week of the Tammuz, they talk about the Christmas tree and decorating it and all of that. Yeah, that's in there.
Well, hey, get
Not to do it.
Get Jeremiah 10, because that's what the Lord said. What did the Lord say about that? What did He say about it?
I read Jeremiah 10, I'll start at 1. To the one that says, "Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh," which is His real name, "speaketh unto you, O house of Israel," so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, right? It says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathens, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it," decorated, right?
Yeah.
"With silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not."
And it's really treated as an idol, right? When you get into the customs of it, what will we get into?
Yeah.
We if I may, because when you chop a tree down, it shouldn't stand no more.
Yeah.
But they chop it down to restand it. What was wrong with leaving it growing out the ground?
Yeah.
Because that's part of the custom of the whole thing. When you get into where that origin came out of, speaking of Nimrod, when he died, his wife, Semiramis, went back and
his
mother, Salah.
Yeah.
Wife and his mother, but yeah, let's say it that way. But yeah, but his mother went and re-erected it.
When you chop the tree down, it's lifeless. You kill the tree, but when they erect it back up, they're trying to give life back to it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It says right here, it says, "They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born."
Yeah, to further expound on that, it was basically a myth. It was a legend that came from Semiramis that when Nimrod died, his spirit, returned into an evergreen tree.
Mm-hmm.
In order to invoke that spirit and get blessed, you had to put gifts up under it.
Nimrod's name means rebellion.
Yeah.
Nimrod, his name means rebellion. So he was rebellious as ruler. Yeah, against the Most High. He was a Babylonian, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
the first Babylon, Cushite.
Mm-hmm.
Cush. Okay, so he was a heathen, but he was mighty. The Most High gave him a mighty name. He was a mighty warrior and hunter. So he got a name over himself. even with that blessing, it still ain't the blessing that the children of Israel have gotten. So that's he's nothing meant to worship. He's nothing to look toward. But our people just blindly just worship anything nowadays.
For the sake of not having them,
Just for what you
I'm
say.
finna get a pair of Tim's on. Excuse me,
Say,
fellas.
You good?
It says, right here, it says, they are, verse 5, they are upright as a palm tree, they speak not, they're not alive, right? It said, they must needs be born because they cannot go.
Yeah, you gotta take care of them.
Yep. It said, be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
That's right.
It's empty, it's not, it's meaningless, it's pointless.
Yeah, like you ask our people, what is the significance of why you bring that tree into your house? Why do you put it in your home knowing that naturally it belongs out in the earth, in the atmosphere? It belongs outside where it grows.
Mm-hmm.
What's the significance of putting it in your home?
Yeah.
What is the origins of that? Where does it come from? Why do you partake in it? Is it because just the world tells you to do it? More than likely, yeah, because Jake, they follow this world. They're of this world.
So,
the scriptures
yeah, how
tell
about
you
you smoke
about
that?
being a friend of the world, man. You know, we're not supposed to do the things that these other people do. Jake don't want to feel left out. You know, but just ask yourself, what's the purpose? You know, to make your kids happy. They don't think nothing of it, because our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Ignorant, man.
Yeah, the customs in which we picked up here in Babylon under our oppressor are all to really bring us into a lower vibration and for Jake to commit idolatry, man, which is breaking and which is something that's a commandment for us not to do, man. Not to put any God before Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that's every holiday, man. I mean, every holiday, man. Whether it be Easter, you know, even today's wicked ass holiday, man. And it was the spirit, because brothers brought out the word Nimrod means rebellion, man. When you go into the book of Jeremiah 51, it's like the 28th or 29th verse, and it says, go into the land of Merathiim. You know, when you go into that word Merathiim, it means double rebellion, which is another alias or another name for Babylon, man. So it's perfect that this place is synonymous for rebellious, for having a rebellious spirit, and a rebellious spirit against who? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. And it's evident.
I got a good one. Go chapter. Jeremiah chapter 7.
And somebody get Deuteronomy 7.
You want that right now?
It can go right now. Deuteronomy 7 and 25.
Jeremiah 7. Basically how
We'll get to it. Get real quick Deuteronomy 7.
Yeah.
So Deuteronomy 7 and 25, the graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
Normally that's what we're supposed to be doing. But being in this society, in this kingdom, you know, we can't do such a thing.
If you got a problem, I'm pulling up. Right. Big booty bitch, and I'm pulling on.
The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them.
Now notice, going back to Jeremiah 10, that's what they were doing. They was decking these idols with gold and silver.
Making it more, I don't want to say worth more, but that's what we were doing. Give it honor.
Yeah.
To put gold and precious metals on
It's a
it.
consecration. Just like how in our temple, we consecrated gifts to the Lord, we would have all types of precious jewels, gold, silver.
You looked at how the temple, like when you looked at how the temple was built, they had the wood of Lebanon. I forgot what it was called. and then they laid over
Cedars
gold.
of Lebanon.
Cedars of Lebanon. Then they laid over it gold and precious, you know, to make it more consecrated, as the brother said. Made it more valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're doing that not for the temple, they're doing it for the idol.
A damn tree. Basically wood. Turn wood into a god. People, they can say, oh, well, we're not worshiping the tree. We're just putting it in. Okay, what does worship mean? It means to prostrate yourself. It means to bow. Just a month ago, you was damn near about to go face to face, blow to blow, damn near about to kill each other over an item that your child covets so much that becomes idolatrous. And then you store it, you put it up in your closet, and then you wrap the shit up and try to hide it from your kids. Then you put that with your child covet, putting it right up under that tree. So psychologically, every time that child sees that tree, he knows what it is.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have honor to that. He's gonna honor that tree.
If it fall down, he gonna pick that shit up.
Yeah.
Redecorated everything.
Yeah.
He's gonna put it back right.
Hey, it even tells you that in Colossians that covetousness is as idolatry. So, you know, putting all these gifts of different things that you covet after, that becomes idolatrous behavior, especially if you're willing to fight over it. You got some children that'll put their parents to death if they don't give them what they want. Like that little demon that killed his mom because she wouldn't give him a VR headset.
And he bought it. Killed her and bought it.
Yeah, and then took it in on her credit card. Yeah, that's like that's an evil covetous. That's idolatry.
Man.
These little monsters today, if you was giving them a bunch of Christmas every year, gifts and shit, and then one Christmas you don't give them nothing, they might rise up and try to kill you.
If all their friends is getting, and they see that they ain't getting, hey, they might rise up and
They might that might push them over the edge to take you out. That's how demonic it is, man. That's why you gotta. The scriptures say they're trying to train the child in the way that he should go. Now, and I'm not saying that that's the, you know, because that's the extreme case, but just the idea of it, man.
yeah, they look at the seed that you're planting into a young child. That every time it get cold outside, you got that certain evergreen smell around. And then all of a sudden, here come the bright lights and the fake tree in the house.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's presents all around him. What is he? And his name is written on him. What is he supposed to be? Then you got the school system, the fool system.
They do.
Fooling the kids to believing this is a truly magical day. And I did a Google on a video. Basically, they don't even talk about the origins of Christmas. They say it has to do with the Messiah. Well, I got to stick with Jesus. But that ain't the images you get. You get Santa Claus. They don't actually reference the Lord in that, but it's built up as something else. When Steve starts getting muddled and confused, that's how you know it's a lie. Man, something's wrong. Okay, so building up that in the child, so it's Jesus' birthday. But then you bow into a fat white dude or red dude in a red suit.
If it's Jesus' birthday, where the tree and all that shit come from?
That's what I'm saying.
Does it have to do
Yeah.
with his birth?
Right.
No more than Easter bunnies and Easter eggs. They don't even go together.
And that new Santa Claus movie that came out,
Yeah, Violent
Tim
Night.
Allen, or whatever his name is.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
They openly just putting it up there for children.
Yep.
Talk about we love Satan.
Yep. We love you, Satan. But they could have misspelled it any other way. But that's how they.
Like, why even joke? Like, that was put there.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of truth is said in jest.
Yeah, it wasn't an outtake.
Exactly. Like they don't go over the movie and make sure every scene is right, so it's ready to be put out.
It was written like that even. Yeah.
It was there for a reason. This indoctrination and idolatry is given to you from birth, man. You know, you come out hearing the songs. You know, they in the school systems. Hey, for elementary school kids, hey, you're coloring certain images. You know, you got shows and different plays and music concerts for it.
It's everywhere.
You know, and really, how wicked it is as well is when you're thinking about it. You know, you're giving your mind and your spirit over into it, man. And knowing that we're supposed to be giving our mind and spirit energy unto Yahweh Shai, Jake singing the songs, milking cookies and shit, you know, decking this tree, you know, basically having family over. Y'all really giving y'all spirit unto a demon, man.
That's because we're at war with the powers, you know, the principalities. We're at war with them. They're at war with us. So they're coming for our children.
Yeah.
You know? How do you get to us?
Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, your kids don't celebrate it, you tell them. At your school, they still doing Secret Santa, Secret giving, it's shit everywhere. So it's like...
And they try to make you participate.
Yeah.
They'll make you feel bad if you don't participate.
Yeah.
Partake in that shit, man.
We're caught up. We're like the Grinch.
Yeah.
You know? Because we don't partake in it. Now we're the party poopers.
He wasn't even there.
But that's basically what it is. It's just Esau, the devil, and these other nations, you know, with their idols, hijacking our children.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to worship their gods. And according to the scriptures, we know that the Heavenly Father is a jealous power, man. So they're openly declaring war on the Lord. You know, this is an act of war. Basically, that's what it is.
Our people are against the kids too. You know, our people feed right into their idol instead of fighting for the Lord and for their children's lives with the Lord.
Finish that in Deuteronomy.
Like Deuteronomy 7:25. The graven images of their gods shall you burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein, for it is an abomination unto the Lord Yahweh thy powers.
It's a snare.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually it's a trap. Really, it like when you have spiritual fornication with an idol, it defiles your spirit. You know, and the things that you have to do to serve those idols, it involves defilement of your flesh and your spirit. Whether it's an act of homosexuality, adultery, basically unclean acts, man. When you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, it ties the spirit of idolatry with the practices of defilement of the flesh. It goes into that, man. It's all tied into idol worship. Like when they set up the abomination of desolation on the altar, what acts were being committed to worship that God that he had them serve.
Yeah.
He had to basically drink. They had to get drunk. They had the temple harlots up in there.
Probably drank blood and shit.
Yeah, and they had to sacrifice swine's flesh.
Yeah.
And they had to basically lay down and have orgies with the women in the holy place.
Yeah. Well, our gold and silver was laid consecrated. Then when they took it and went and did all that filthy thing.
So once you've done that, man, that's in the Lord's eyes, you're defiled. You're like, I don't even want to see you, man. Like a man whose woman went and got ran through or got a train ran over by other men. Once you after that, that's not your woman anymore. You don't even want to touch her. You don't want to see her. You like, hell no, man.
Left her with all
You a nasty bitch.
STDs and shit.
Yeah.
You go back to that.
You a filthy hoe.
You disgusted by the even thought of that bitch.
Yeah.
Now, if I can make a quick correlation, what's the new temple? Us. So putting this type of practices in your spirit and doing the same abominable acts, like the abomination of desolation, into that temple. It's the same wicked acts going into our spiritually into this temple, which is our bodies.
Yeah, that's why even was that Apostle Paul? He said basically, touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. He was quoting Isaiah 52. Isaiah 52:11, it says, depart ye, Go you out from thence, touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her, be ye clean, that bear the vessels of the Lord. So what does that mean? Meaning, spiritually, morally, remain pure from the unclean sin of idolatry. All right, don't worship these other idols, these deities, and they're celebrated in different forms. Christmas is just a different form of Nimrod worship. Mother's Day is another form of celebrating or worshiping the Queen of Heaven, which was Semiramis.
Nimrod's mother.
It's all just different forms. You take it on in different forms, no matter what you call it. And the nations of old, they was doing the same practices. Was there more to that in Deuteronomy? You get that last verse and then I'll get y'all.
Verse 26. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Hey, that tree. Don't bring that into your house. Yeah.
And that goes for the image of Jesus that was depicted after Children of Israel. Don't bring that shit in your house. Don't bring the crucifix in your house.
The wreath.
Don't bring
that in.
certain candles with the little images and all that shit on there. Don't bring none of that.
Don't bring that star that you put in the top of the house.
Yep. Star, angel, none of that shit.
Angel.
None of that. Don't even bring that spirit. That's why when we talk about that cometh out of a man is what defiles him rather than what goes in, because the thoughts of your heart is what comes out of it. And that's what makes you start acting out to I'm gonna just keep this one little something, it ain't gonna be that bad. And that begins to turn the minds of the people and corrupt those around them.
Take after they left Egypt.
Yeah.
That gold, they did what with it? They gave it to the ground, and they ate that golden calf.
Yeah.
That was an idol. And what Yahweh Bashim outside do, man? Hey, the earth swallowed them niggas, man.
He killed a lot of them niggas off in that place.
Yeah.
He killed their asses off. One day the Lord just killed 23,000 of them.
Yeah. Probably was just talking shit, the nigga woman running her mouth, niggas complaining.
Yeah.
Whole lot.
Go ahead.
It says, neither shalt thou bring any abomination into thine house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it. But thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
So it's a curse.
Yeah.
If something is a curse, that means that there's an impending doom waiting for you. Something evil is pending. As long as you have it in your possession, as long as you worship it, you got it by you, you're wearing it, you got it in your house. That's why people's houses get burned down every year.
I was just looking at any recent articles. You had some, like,
Of course.
family loses their home at the Christmas tree fire. They say the damn artificial tree started a house fire.
The one with the lights on it.
You probably, yeah.
Call lawyer Mlaya Bashim.
Call a lawyer about shit.
How many incidents is it gonna take for you to realize it's some bad shit to be doing, man? Leave that shit the fuck alone.
And then a good number of you never got a chance to even bring that shit into your house.
Yeah.
Because your shit got froze over. Lord sent a bomb cyclone on your asses and you couldn't get nowhere. You was about to go and do your wickedness. The Lord stopped you in your tracks and froze you in your tracks. You was on the highways about to go, about to go across town or go into another state.
Yeah.
Over the river and through the woods, grandmother's house we go to.
They had all their shit planned out. I'm gonna go get this tree. I'm gonna stop and get this and shit.
Bring this wine and whatever.
Bring all these drinks.
Pies and shit. Nope.
Shit frozen on top of your roof.
Yeah, no electricity to keep that shit warm. Couldn't cook it. Couldn't light your tree.
Couldn't cook.
Couldn't do shit. No heat. Good, man. The Lord did that.
Right.
Because the Lord hate and despise your feast days. He ain't with that spirit. You know? He ain't with it. He even says that in Amos, I will turn your feast days into days of mourning. You know? All we can hear instead of happy holidays is this many people that died. You know, there was a car piled up on this freeway over here. This guy froze to death. You know, like that's all you hear.
Yeah.
Pray for the people of the city of Buffalo.
You know?
You know, whole town just covered in snow.
And iced over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a pickaxe to try to break that shit loose, man. Who gonna stand outside and do that though?
And it's and the cool part about it is winter just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We like maybe 3 days in the winter.
Yeah.
So
Winter solstice, which is really what you're worshiping.
yeah, yeah.
It's a festival of winter
Worship
solstice.
of you. Pagans, man. They don't even tell you that this is all pagan time. All the witches, man, they into the season.
When you go into that satanic calendar, man, all the dates get real heavy in this. From pretty much Halloween till now, it's just blood
Satan's
ritual,
calendar.
orgy, orgy,
Of Satan's calendar.
kidnapping,
Yeah,
sacrifice, orgy,
Yeah.
ritual with children,
It's-
male rituals, young males.
It's a continuance. It's a continuance from that what they call harvest season around Halloween and all that shit. Because we always get in how that's a demonic time where you see a lot of kids missing and sacrifices. So this is just a carryover.
It just continues on.
Continue on to this
That's
time.
just the kickoff of the season.
Yeah.
But they even came up with deities and demons, you know, that they
Mm-hmm.
indirectly worship, but they worship and they told in folklore that were reasons why your kids was being taken.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, goes right back to as they had those that were all about Santa Claus and Saint Nick. They had his companion. They literally called his companion, which was Krampus, which is the fucking Grinch. That's all it is. Same cartoon version drawn of the Grinch. I mean, Krampus is the Grinch. Same bad spirit. If you anti-Christmas, was the Grinch was anti-Christmas. If you bad, you get to deal with it. What does he do? He eats children and does all kinds of crazy shit to them. You know, same spirit, same energy, same carryover. Right? Putting all your energy into that. I got it.
This is Jeremiah. Start here at 17. It's like Jeremiah 7,
Yep.
17.
Good.
And it reads, Seest thou not seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven.
Whoa. So I had that earlier. I was gonna start up at 14. Get up on
It's Jeremiah 7 and 14.
So on 13.
It says, And now because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord Yahweh,
This is the second Babylon. Niggas took customs hundreds of years.
Yeah.
I was still.
I started.
Just read through, but the points of catch.
It's Jeremiah 7 and 8. It says, Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not? And come
Still the same commemoration. Then that still happens now.
and come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, We are delivered to do all these abominations.
Did you do all this in the eyes of birth of Jesus, you know,
Yeah.
Messiah, and God bless this food and these abominations? You do all of that, you stand before the Lord,
Yeah.
saying, honor us for honoring you. And he's like, man, it's still spit in my face.
But that's how they fooled the people, thinking that that's what made it okay, thinking that it was
Yep.
for the church and for God and all of that shit.
When they mixed these pagan religions and traditions into like when they mixed these pagan traditions into religion, that's what really took the people over.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really brought everybody into that oneness,
Yeah.
believing in bullshit though,
Yeah.
believing in demonic energy.
And the way they have it backwards. They think it's rooted in the church
Right.
and not paganism. When it's rooted in paganism,
Yep.
they just added the church shit to the to the back end.
To get those believers to start believing in some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That was what Constantine did.
Yeah. Use it to bridge the gap between the people. Damn, we got pagans and we got Christians. Yeah, how can we,
Both sides.
appease both sides? Yeah.
Yep.
It says, in this house, it's like, is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers and of thieves? In your eyes, behold, even I have seen it, saith the Lord. But go ye now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did for it. It's like what I did to it, for the wickedness of my people Israel. And now, because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not. And I called you, but ye answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein you trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight.
Hold on, bro.
And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me.
So when we see a house fire burn up a whole family, grandma, kids, babies, everything, hey, we don't feel bad about it, man. Tree fire burns down whole house, Christmas Eve or whatever. Good.
Burn down whole apartment building.
Yeah. And everybody in it. Yeah, good. That's the Lord that did that. Okay? Punishing you for your wickedness and idolatry. Slap in the face. Okay? That's the real, call it what you want, man, but that's the real deal about what's going on. That's just the truth.
Yeah, Jake fucking turning into popsicles over in New York. Hey, we're not gonna choir lift up a prayer for these people. They died in their folly. They wasn't gonna repent. They're gonna continue to do what they do. You know? All these people that's succumbing to the tragic situation, they was all pretty much in their folly right before the Lord brought hell upon them.
Yeah, kind.
It was all in their folly, man.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
fucking holiday plans.
Uh-huh.
You know, proud as hell. You know, happy to, hey, man, watch what I do for them. Watch the gift that I got. Just to feel real lifted up and proud
And
prideful.
the Most High was giving them signs, but they was so blinded by the bullshit.
Yeah.
Most High didn't give you 3 signs that your house is about to catch on fire, or some bad shit was gonna happen. But they was so blinded in the holiday season, they didn't take heed and shit. They got judged with it.
Leaving the lights on all night.
Yeah.
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 Fuck the power bill, what? The price of power now.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lord gave them the truth. They just rejected it.
Yeah. Somehow showed us some way. Somebody told them something.
Got the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just continue in Jeremiah 7. It says 18. It's like 17. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough.
See how the whole family working together?
Yeah,
to
kind.
that bullshit?
All for idolatry. It's really
I like how it also talked about how the women. It talks about how the women they be so engulfed into the spirit of it.
Mm-hmm.
like they be like in a fucking, it's like they in a trance or some shit.
Yeah.
They be so heavy into it, man. Like even the men, you know, they'll be like, hey, it's kind of a regular day for a man, but he'll just follow along and just be like, hey, Merry Christmas, whatever. But these women, man, they'll be the ones walking around with the
Reindeer antlers.
Reindeer antlers and shit. Fucking Santa hats and sweaters, the Christmas sweaters. That's these women doing that
Snaky.
shit, man.
The scriptures say they're the weaker vessel. So weaker to what? To demons, man.
Yeah.
They put their whole heart and soul into this shit.
That's
Like at my job, it was mainly the women pushing that whole vibration.
Yeah.
They brought the Christmas tree into the premise, and it was the women that was decorating the shit.
Mm-hmm.
They was putting in work.
Yeah, make sure it's the best.
Yeah, bro. I was like, wow.
And it's funny because men, in reality, men start thinking practically. Oh, they start thinking like, damn, I gotta buy all this shit.
Who gonna clean this shit up?
Who gonna clean this shit up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start thinking what they gotta do to help spend their money or their time or whatever doing some bullshit.
Hey, Jake, he's the one that eat and watch the game and
Yeah,
shit.
that's it.
Yep.
They just wanna chill. Just eat good and chill. Relax. Have a drink or something. These motherfuckers got you up there. We gotta go parade and sing Christmas carols, and you're like, that's fun.
Take pictures with Santa.
Yeah. Sit on Santa's lap and shit. Nobody wanna do all that shit. No man wanna do that shit. I gotta buy. You go sit on I gotta buy pictures. I gotta pay to have you sit on another man's lap. I gotta pray to give all my glory and all our hard work all year that I bought my kids these presents to another fat white man. Fuck that.
And most of these men would not even care, but they wouldn't partake in none of this shit if it wasn't for these women.
Yeah.
If the women didn't demand it.
But we, you know, that dynamic amongst our people, where it says, you know, Isaiah, children are the oppressors and women rule over them. They that lead them, cause them to err. That's mainly these women. Hey, my mother, she misled me.
Yep.
Her mother misled her. You know, all of our mothers misled us when we were in our ignorance and we didn't know. But the Lord, you know, He woke us up out of that, man.
My father misled me, but his mother misled him.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Every time.
So you see right here, going back to when they was worshiping the Queen of Heaven, man, their spirit was all into it, man. You could just imagine this bigger woman in the kitchen hooking it up,
Fluffy.
nice and fluffy. and shit.
Yeah. Putting in work,
Putting
like
in work, man.
it be what?
She used her muscle to she beating it with the what's that utensil? When they beat it.
Whisk.
Yeah, you know.
Oh.
Beating the hell out of it.
You just see she up all night, go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, be up early in the morning cooking that bullshit.
Got the flour already sitting there ready.
Got the shit in the fridge, just all you gotta do is throw it in the oven.
Every day on a lesser scale.
Right.
You can cook enough food. You cook enough food for 48 people in one night. You can't cook enough for 8 or 4 people, you know, seconds and shit on every day. You know, you don't put that type of time and care into it, showing you that it's the energy of this shit that gets them, you know, the spirit to want to do all this.
You would rather do that one day and meal prep for the whole week.
Bro. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's just an example of you men following in the footsteps of Adam.
Yep.
Following after the woman. That's why it says in the Apocrypha, you know, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. That's how you can easily see it on days like this, on days like Mother's Day, on days like Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Easter.
Hallows Eve.
Yep. And they're the ones that's doing the most spending.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the woman at work said, oh, I'm just going to hit one. Like, I just kind of caught that in conversation, talking with a you know, girlfriend, the mother, whoever, from the other lady. You ain't going to ask him. Another one's like, let me call and make sure he's okay with this.
Shit.
Verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger.
Yeah.
Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh.
Because leading to that evil day, you're going to have to run to that judgment. And you're going to have to get to being involved in this and not fearing and worshiping him only. Okay? Comes the day of vengeance that's going to come to you. And that day continues to be kindled until it's going to burn as an oven.
Continuing. There's verse 20. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast, and upon trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched.
Hey, what's that talking about? Now, there was things that went on in that day, but the big situation is the day of the Lord. When he burns Babylon to his Christmas. Okay, because the same things that our people were doing back then, they're back doing it again today, more wholeheartedly into it. Without the fear of Yahweh nowhere in their belief system.
Yeah, and when the Lord got pissed with Jake back then, that was when the curses started to activate on Jake. The Lord put the curses on him. You know, the Lord rose up the Babylonians. They came into power at the time. The Lord used them to pretty much sabotage Jake. You know, had them surrounded. The Most High cursed the ground, so that means that Jake wasn't bringing in crops. You know, they basically started to starve out.
Yeah. Hey.
That was when the enemy came in and burned the temple down.
Hey, it's
ransacked it,
the same thing.
carried you out of your cities, carried you over into Babylon. You know, the men are getting put to death in the war. The women, you know what I'm saying? She don't know what the hell to do. She's become a prisoner of war.
Mm-hmm.
All that was happening, man. All because of this bullshit. Jake wanted to continue to piss the Most High off.
Gotta say it, brother. Everything you name sound like history, but it also sound like prophecy.
Yeah.
All that's coming again. It's still gonna come in like a flood again. It's still gonna ransack the temple of the people, right? They're gonna come in the neighborhoods. You still idolatrous worshiping. Okay? All this is the same.
You're gonna be crying out to your gods.
Starving
You ain't
about
gonna
famines.
You ain't gonna get no answer.
Yep. All of that's coming back around again.
The Lord's gonna mock you
Yep.
when it happens.
Difference is,
Hey, I was mocked when I saw different footage of the snowstorms, the blizzard, the bomb cyclone. When I saw like certain cities, like it was just covered in snow, and people just like, oh my God, like I can't even move, like I can't even, like my window is I can't even scrape the ice off the window.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself like, these fucking idiots, man. And I was like, well, hey, why aren't y'all singing your little Christmas carols?
Good.
What happened to let
Let
it
it
snow?
snow.
Let it snow.
I was thinking that.
You don't want the snow now?
like this.
Yeah. What happened to that shit, man? What happened to Frosty the Snowman?
Chris Brown and Donny Hathaway singing to you.
Yeah.
This Christmas gonna be special for you. Let's be special about life.
But that's just an example of the Lord mocking you, man. Meanwhile, hey, the brothers over in those cities, the Lord preserved them. It's all right. The brothers, they went without power for a little bit, and then their power came back on. Other people in other parts of their city, they was fucked. They was fucked, man.
They said 12 dead in Buffalo.
Hey,
That's just in Buffalo.
just in Buffalo.
This thing here, what?
They probably just trying to find bodies.
Yeah.
We don't know how many homeless people is buried under some snow.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait till it thawed or
Wait till it thaw to find a body.
Or people inside their homes that possibly could have froze to death because, they don't have power.
Yeah.
And, it's
who
possible.
Was that a brother that said that? He said, I think so. He said, we got the heater on 80 degrees and we still bundled up in the house.
Oh, yeah.
The heater's on 80.
shit that in everyone's, you know, the power grid is probably overworked.
That can cause a circuit to fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rating code ain't the same in every state.
Right.
No.
And I know we just had some work done in our house, like a bunch of plugs on one side went out because we burned a heater.
Yeah.
We ran a little space heater. My dad was out the vacuum at the same time.
No.
Because the rating of what it used to be is different than what it is now. So how many in other lesser states
Yeah.
going through the same type of situation?
You gotta damn near sleep by the heater.
Yeah.
You know.
Light a, yeah, damn near light a fire. How dangerous is that? Man.
Inside your home, right?
The Jakes had died like that from carbon monoxide poisoning by was it like the
Generators in the house.
generators in the house? It was something else like the grill, like the barbecue grill. They try to light that in the house and not knowing they thinking it's fire, but you can't have those
Gas.
that charcoal let you know and that lets off certain fumes. Yeah.
It's Isaiah 44, and this is verse 8. It says, "Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witness. Is there a God besides me? Yea, there is no power, I know not any. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witness."
And was that in also the second chapter? Where it says, "My people have changed their gods to that which
There's no gods.
It profit not. There's no profit in it, man. It's all vanity. You just losing money, deteriorating your health, putting yourself in debt, making your oppressor more rich.
You can run through it, sorry.
He's waxing rich off of your idolatry. You know, big corporations, they make sure they market and push this spirit on you because they get revenue in return. It says, was that Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 12? That we recount their life as a pastime and a market for gain. We must be getting them every way, even though it be by evil means.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It reminds me of Demetrius. You read it in the book of Acts.
The coppersmith.
Coppersmith. He was known for making shrines and idols in Ephesus. And the nigga was getting hella loot off of that shit, man. Paul and Barnabas came through with the ministry. People stopped buying from his ass and they turned away from the idolatry to start worshiping the creator instead of the creature. They had an issue with that, man.
Yeah.
They had an issue. You fucking up our clientele, man.
Yeah.
And this is happening now. That's why they raised the price. That's why the price is inflated.
And that was 2,000 years ago. He was profiting off Jake's ignorance, and they do. Of course, Esau doing the same thing today.
Yeah, Esau, your idolatry gives this man power. You're giving this man more power over you every time you partake in this.
See what they just did, right? They took, because Jake ain't really into that rosy red cheek Santa Claus character, right? They really ain't feeling that, but they need something to worship. Give them the Grinch. Give them, give them something else. So they give you something else. They just gave you got something else.
I heard some Edomites.
You a black Santa Claus.
Yeah. Edomites call it woke Santa.
Yeah, right. Woke Santa. They just keep remixing something else to get you to keep paying in. Trust me, they don't want this money. The money ain't shit anyway, but they don't want it to empower you to think outside the box and have some substance.
Hey, Z.
You guys for a while. Where you been? I know you wouldn't miss the celebration of good Lord Jesus Christ's life. This is the birthday of our good Lord Jesus.
He wasn't born in November.
Oh shit.
Okay.
It's a thing.
See? It's just a thing.
Yeah, he said it's just a day.
Just a thing.
Psalms 147. And,
But he's a damn devil because he contradicted himself.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Psalms 147, I'm reading NLT, verse 15. He sends his orders to the world, how swiftly his word flies. He sends the snow like white wool. He scatters frost upon the ground like ashes. He hurls the hail like stones. Who can stand against his freezing cold?
That's just
Psalm
a free
147.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can stand?
The Lord sent that plague. That's a plague.
Yeah. Like that one solar vortex a couple years ago. This is another version.
Mm-hmm.
This one
It's
seems more
worse. It's worse. It's hitting different,
heading more to the country, different cities. A lot of more major cities are just ruined. Hey, some of them rural Edomites areas, they be all right.
Mm-hmm.
They can go out in the barn and light a fire out here, don't give a fuck.
But they've been, they know how to survive because they've been stocking up firewood and, certain things that they know they need to survive for the winter.
Frozen meats.
They got an
Yeah.
endless supply of fucking wood outside. Versus you, Jace, it's concrete everywhere. What you gonna do? You gotta go buy this shit.
You got to go to Home Depot or somewhere's open to go get the shit.
You live in the city, imagine. Fucked. You live in the city, you're stuck. What are you gonna do? These cities, they're real traps, man. These are, when shit goes down,
Labyrinths and shit, right?
when shit goes down, like we saw with Scandinavia, the cities were locked down, man. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Everybody's trying to, at the same time, they're trying to get on the road. Everybody trying to have a destination. They're trying to get somewhere by a particular time. So everybody's on that road, all that traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, and Christmas was canceled the last couple years too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go over their house. All elderly alone. Christmas. You know what I mean? Now that they ain't said that this year, Fauci ain't said it, so now they're trying to fly and get to everywhere they possibly can, and this shit is fucking you off.
Hey, so that's beautiful because you either tried to fly and your shit got canceled. If you tried to drive, it was super dangerous for you.
Yeah.
Like over there in Ohio, I'm not sure which city it was, but on the highway, it was like a damn near 50-car collision accident. It was like piled up, like diesel trucks, cars,
Yeah.
minivans,
Yeah.
and a lot of people. It was like I think like maybe 5 people died in that.
If you haven't seen that shit in real life, I drove through the Midwest in the winter. You see semi trucks laying on the side of the highway, like hundreds of them, man. And you're like, oh
They all
shit.
slid right off the highway, bro.
Yeah.
Cars up under there and the whole shit.
Speaking of diesel trucks, if the trucks and back east, if they ain't moving, no supplies, no food is coming in. Also with trains. Because you don't want to put a train on tracks in this type of weather because it's the possibility it could derail. So this shit, people ain't gonna say they're gonna starve, but it's gonna be a shortage somewhat, in some of these cities until shit start moving again. But
There's some price increase.
yeah.
I just found an article on it. It says 4 dead, many injured after at least 46 vehicles crashed on Ohio Turnpike.
And how long you think that the ambulance, fire department can get out there?
Yeah.
They gotta drive too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot
They
of
gotta get
people
all around
freezing
them.
in their shit,
Yeah.
in their cars.
Yeah. That's man. It says 4 people are dead and many others have sustained injuries after a minimum of 46 cars crashed on the Ohio Turnpike. Ohio State Highway Patrol confirms. It says troopers on the scene confirmed 4 fatalities. Crews continue to clear vehicles from the roadway. Whiteout conditions persist. Travel is not recommended.
People hard-headed, all for that spirit. They'll still go out there with wits. Wisdom will still be out there.
Yeah. And then I think there was another incident, this similar incident.
Jake go on a beer run and don't come back. So free go.
Seattle was frozen too.
Yeah.
On this slide and shit.
Yeah, I seen him where it was like a hill and all the cars, it was parked cars, and it was just sliding.
It says first responders tended to numerous crashes, slide-offs across West Michigan. Task force created after deadly Christmas morning crash in West Hartford. At least 9 cars in pile-up crash on North Main in Winnebago, Colorado. Indiana Toll Road semi-truck crash today. UPS truck dangles from the I-90, catches fire near turnpike. So it's a lot of judgment.
Dangles and
And it's a UPS truck. That's about to mess up even more. Because that's y'all gifts and shit.
Yep.
The Lord had that shit catch on fire.
It's a lot of them, bro. So hey, beautiful, man. Amos 3 and 6. Amos 3 and 6. This is what you get in return for your wickedness, man. Your folly. Alright? Most I ain't pleased with it, man. Amos 3 and 6.
you got it.
So Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it?
There not be disaster, should there not be calamity done in the city, and the Lord didn't do it? Well, the Lord is doing it. Right? Because he's known by his judgments that he executes. That's why we fear him. That's why the scriptures tell you to always fear him. He's to be feared above every God. Psalm 96, I think, 95. I think it's 96. He's to be feared, man. My mom, she wanted me to come to where she was at this weekend. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. You know, there's all type of spirits out here, man. All type of judgment going on.
Even if you driving on the highway safe, that don't mean the next person ain't turned up,
Right.
blunt smoking, drinking Hennessy.
Yeah, all the demon spirits all on them. Right,
Yeah.
hella crazy.
On that juice.
Yeah.
Got 3 loose.
Yeah.
Operating vehicles and shit.
Mad because it's snowing and shit ain't going as planned and it fucked up their Christmas. Yeah. These niggas gonna have demons on them, man.
And this spirit gonna carry over into throughout the week into so-called New Year's. You know?
They still gonna be trying to make it out.
Yeah.
The Lord sends a disaster that should have you like marveling, like, yo, this terrible shit happening. Like, I think I need to like lay low, chill out. I need to figure shit out. I need to, nope. We gonna turn up next week too. And the Lord willing to set something else up for you. we already know that death rate is gonna be out. They're gonna be ready. The Lord gonna have them on command. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of death then, man. Next weekend.
Hey, it's only gonna increase. 2023. Judgments, man. That's what I saw a video, bro. One of the brothers' videos. Extinction level. Catastrophes coming to the earth. You know, that's only gonna increase. You can expect more strange weather phenomenons in diverse places, across America.
That's it.
Man, this year been like that. Like it's been a lot of patterns of just extreme weather. Now we know on the left hand side, Esau can more than likely be involved with it, you know, because he wants to bring forth that climate agenda.
He just showed you that they working together. One side let this devil
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Because this devil, he can't do nothing without
Being okay.
the power of the Most High. The power of the Most High is in his hand right now, just like Pharaoh. All right, but at the same time, you know, we know that, you know, there was a lot of extreme weather patterns this year. You had a lot of tornadoes ripping through the Midwest, tearing shit up. You had various devastating earthquakes all over the world. You had hurricane season.
Yeah, you say floods all over the world.
Yeah, you had a lot of massive flooding all over the world, cities underwater. How much of your water, how much of your food supply survive?
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you wonder what the fuck you got in your stores right now.
They got floods, but it still be a drought.
Yeah.
You know, ain't enough. It's crazy.
Said, you know, the Lord does use Esau, but the Lord about to do some things that Esau not gonna be able to take credit for.
Exactly.
Psalms 96 and verse 4. For the Lord, verse 3, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
Yeah, he's feared above all gods. You know? Because he's the father of spirits, man. He's also known as what? God Almighty, Al Shaddai, even like power. He's also known as the King of Terrors. You know? That surface level shit with that bombing cyclone, these earthquakes, all this shit that we've been seeing this year, all these devastations, man, that shit that's surface level. That's low level, man. The Lord ain't even really went into his bag yet, man.
Even got warmed up and stretched out yet.
Yeah. I read the scripture on the hailstones, man.
Yeah.
Wait till fucking the hail is big as size of fucking cars and shit.
Yeah.
Big ass boulder.
The scripture
Big boulder size hail.
should be like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That shit hit you. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Probably break your neck. If it hit you on the head, you're gonna break your neck. You're gonna crack your skull.
Strong houses.
Yeah.
Probably just turn into jelly.
Yeah. Cars ain't gonna even survive that.
Hell no.
All the windows, all the cars, done.
I was going through some news. They said it was -50 in Iowa, -45 or 50 in Montana, 2 degrees in Nashville. And Nashville, like south.
3 degrees in Texas.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Even if it has a single digit degree, it feels like negative.
Oh yeah, and that's not even including the wind chill. Hold on. Go ahead.
Texas. That's south.
I got it. It's Job 38, verse 29. It says, out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven, who have gathered them? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen.
So I have the power to do that. Freeze the deep.
Another one. It's Sirach 43 and 19. It says, the hoar frost also as salt he poureth on the earth, and being congealed, it lieth on the top of sharp stakes. When the cold north wind blows, and the water is congealed into ice, it abideth upon every gathering together of water, and clotheth the water as with a breastplate.
He covered it. Freezes over. And ice left real hard. That was the design. That was designed to be that way. He didn't have to design it that way. God didn't have to freeze, but he wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
Think about that, man. Something that simple as we know is ice freezing over with temperature can cause so much death and destruction. You look at that show, Ice Road Truckers, man, that shit, I mean, I think I may have seen it on like once or twice. Not really watching it, but every moment looking like they about to go over the edge of the cliff of life, man. So, like, damn, the wheels are locking up. Like, all types of runaway trailers and shit. Like, what the fuck?
It's like it's such a perfect bad combination.
Right.
These roads with ice,
Yeah.
and then the vehicles traveling on the high speeds. And it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
You know, stay your ass home.
Right.
You know, these people, they're so dumb that they don't even hear those warnings on the news anymore. Hey, the roads are gonna be frozen. Stay home.
You got to say advise you not to go. You got somebody read that that says advise you not to travel.
This,
Biden said travel before the 24th or something like that. He said that.
But you know why he listen?
Why he listen?
Can't get off. Slave to the job.
it says
Slave to the job. You can't get off work.
it says in Dillon, Montana, there was a 23-degree drop in 3 minutes.
Damn. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Probably when the sun went down from the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
Easily could be that. After the 11 o'clock at night, you know, when the sun gets furthest away from the horizon.
And wait till summer comes around. We're gonna hear extreme heat waves and super droughts.
We act like it wasn't that bad this last summer.
It was really bad.
If you see Lake Mead,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time they started pulling up bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grown ass nigga, just like a kid that just got his Christmas bike.
Riding the big wheel.
Christmas day.
Bro,
He's gonna be riding all fucking day on
the
this
most ignorant part about that was it was a green light and he slowed down.
you want everybody to
Nigga wanted everyone to see him and shit, man. Nigga, just take your ass on the street,
You
man.
got nowhere to go. He's riding the big wheel. Try some.
big ass kid.
I got some.
Oh, shit.
Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
Well, when that flame of the fire for y'all that ain't
that's
taking
what I
it to
said,
the other
custom.
sign, it's coming for you eventually.
Yeah. This cyclone was pretty much a stormy wind. A deadly stormy wind, but with snow. That's basically what that was. So, I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it came out to be.
Yeah.
They thought, we used to the blizzard, you know, we can handle some snow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring my hot cocoa or something hot with me into my car and, you know, ride over, use my windshield wipers. You know, I'll take my shovel just in case. Yeah.
Goodness.
Got jacked up, man. Car stopped working. Now you just stuck. It's cold as hell. Emergency services can't get to you. I was hearing that even certain news stations, people were trying to reach out to them and they was turning them away.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I seen this weatherman. He was a sports guy, but they had him doing the weather. He was pissed.
Oh, yeah, so
You seen that shit? Yeah, he was like,
He said, I normally do the sports cast inside and shit.
yeah.
They help me out here.
Have me out here in this bullshit.
Hours.
Well, I saw an image of, I think it was the Buffalo, New York. They had the football game in the stadium. There was still people in there, bro. You couldn't even see the field. It was just covered in snow, like feet. And people still want to indulge in their folly, you know? It's like, that's why the Lord's got to turn it up. He's going to turn up the heat. You know,
Want the heat, he's gonna turn it up, man.
the plagues are going to be increased. Because that's the only way that these people are going to finally understand. Through heavy judgments.
Yeah, it's like you whip a child ass. When you whipping him, and you notice that he's not really.
He laughing.
He's like kind of laughing at it,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
He's doing that shit. So it's like,
It
all
don't
right.
hurt me. It don't hurt.
Yeah, like so it won't hurt you. Okay. That's when and that, yeah.
That's when the
They faking the crying and shit. So that's why the Lord's gonna have to like really start putting it on you, man.
exactly, you know.
Start hitting their ass real hard with that shit. Matter of fact, no, this ain't working. Let me get something else. Let me tell you, and next thing you know, you getting warps now. You getting some skin starting to come up. Now you like, oh shit. Yeah.
The game will change.
Yeah.
So that's what the Lord's gonna do to get your attention.
Was that in second Ezra? We always get it.
Right now.
It won't be time for the scourges. So the Lord's gonna have to like really up the plagues on them.
This is Second Ezra 16, verse. I start up at 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power.
That's when it's gonna really take.
Yeah.
An earthquake, a bomb cyclone, a flood, shit like that.
Yeah.
They know that they could bounce back from that because it's constantly happening throughout history.
Yeah.
So people like
We'll build back better.
you know what I'm saying. We'll build everything back up. We'll get everything squared away.
But you need to have all those things you just named happen at once.
Yep.
Something where it'll be damn near impossible to build back. Go
Can you
ahead.
imagine if the Lord opened up the ground on earth and swallowed up the whole stadium?
Oh yeah.
Shit like
That would be beautiful.
During like a blizzard.
A plane to fall down on that shit in the middle of the game.
Yeah, in the middle of the one we said it was just, you can't even see the fucking field. So then you gotta get, like your brother was talking about, fire trucks to get in there and it's snowing and shit. Them motherfuckers is gone, even if they're alive, they gonna freeze to death.
It takes judgments like that, you know,
Special type of judgment.
for people to finally fear.
You said it earlier, 23,000 had to go on one event.
Yeah.
You need something like that, man, to get these people woken up, man, and shake them awake. Fucking wake the fuck up. Don't you see this shit is hurting you? You know? I'm still reading that. It says, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
They're not gonna turn away from the folly, man. They're not gonna turn off the Christmas carols. They're not gonna stop putting Christmas trees in their home. They're not gonna stop eating swine and shellfish and all that. They're not gonna stop worshiping these damn basketball and NFL players. You know, the Super Bowl coming. You know, that's more idolatry. When you think about it, everything around us is fucking idolatry in this society. That's how you know this is Babylon. It's idolatry all over the place, right?
Every level, every situation.
Yeah. Worshiping these damn teams, They got the flags, the banners, they got the jerseys, you know, the memorabilia, you know what I'm saying, the merchandise. And they have burnt offerings to them on the days that they play during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the damn gladiator, the Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum. The number of Rome all over again.
Tailgates.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit. That's how you know this is Rome. You know? You go from Saturnalia to Janus to, you know, worshiping these damn, you know, basically you go back to your bread and circus. Yo, you got your bread and circuses today too. After you celebrating your Saturnalia and your gift exchanging and you're surfing it with your drinking, right? You also watching the games and shit, getting all into that spirit. Well, it's just heavy idolatry, man. Yeah, all the beers, the alcohol.
Oh man, this present world is getting ready to pass away, and you worried about them freaking football team. This shit is it's repetitive. It's the same shit every year. Every season, every year, it's never ending.
Oh, this is to keep you at bay while you're in slavery.
Yeah.
You know? This is all to keep you niggas docile in that bay while you're still in your captivity.
I was gonna bring it up. It's like, why do they have fucking wrestling name? John Cena host of the ESPN Awards, right? Because your sports are much different than our sport. Except you don't have Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
And what he was saying is, this shit's fake too.
Yeah.
It's orchestrated too.
Orchestrated, yeah.
And why? Because they know the actual game and skill isn't what's appreciated. You like all the extra drama around it. Theatrics to it. They want to see, oh, it's coming out the ring, out the back. You know, you want to see that on the shit, man. They want to see that. Though.
They want to see the fourth quarter comeback.
They want to see
all that shit. You know, they want to.
Down 3-1 in the finals, come back and win. They want to see all of it. They got to orchestrate this shit to do it, and they have the power to do it right in your face. And you people act like you don't see it.
Like
in the name of entertainment.
Remember you brought up about the Rams winning the Super Bowl and Golden State winning the championship because the colors going back to Ukraine. Yeah.
Exactly. That's which commemorates that the green energy agenda that they got going. So solar power, solar energy. You know, none of that is a coincidence. You know, that's all part of the enchantments. It got you people massively distracted. All these devils work on their moves. You know, you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices, man.
You know, we're not saying to go so deep that you forget the purpose of what we're bringing this out for, is that you can earn salvation or work on your salvation, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know,
come up out of this, man.
Not to be all going deep into.
Now it's high time to awake out of sleep.
Right.
Come up out of all this shit, man. Somebody get that. Awake. Romans 13, and read all the way down to the end. Come up out of that spirit, man. What we're talking about, as long as you partaking in that and you ain't, woken from that, you're still asleep. You're in darkness. It's time to be children of the day, man. All right.
It's Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And that means what? Yeah, the gospel of our salvation is being preached. All right? We in that time. All right? The Lord sending his prophets out to give you the warning that, hey, this place of captivity where we were brought to serve, we're getting ready to be delivered from it. Time for you to wake up out of the ways of that plantation. Come up out of the ways of that place. so the Lord can come and get you. But if you still sleep and you still carrying on in that fashion, that's not going to be able to make it up out of here. That's going to be here to be dissolved right along with this place. The fashion of this world pass away. It's going to pass away. He's not going to bring that spirit into the kingdom.
How can you bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing?
Exactly.
You can't do it, man. You got to first cleanse it. That's what we're doing. We're out here breaking the strongholds, cleansing, trying to cleanse your spirit, so you can work on it to make it into which we come up short, of course. But the Lord gives you the benefit of the doubt to make you clean, through your faith.
As the scriptures say, Paul or Apollos watered, the Most High gave increase.
Yeah.
As I continue in Romans 13 and 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
He's telling them, because at that time, this is the height of the Roman Empire. It was all about these kind of festivities, man. Wild orgy parties, drinking parties, Like in this society, they have drinking parties. And they'll get super drunk and fights break out. Or hella adultery is going on. All type of crazy shit.
Niggas have alcohol, no food.
Yeah, niggas have. Remember that back in what was that in Texas?
Hennessy Fest.
They had a Hennessy Fest. Bro.
Did they get shot at?
Yeah.
What they did
Exactly.
the spirit of Hennessy is that.
Yeah. You putting spirits on you, literally. Spirits. You want to die going to an event like that. That's a nigga event, bro.
You died just in the parking lot or some shit like that.
Yeah, you didn't even make it
You didn't make it in there. You just.
He died in the parking lot.
You even get to dip a chip into the cheese and shit, into the ranch or whatever. You never get to do none of that. Instead, you came here and got a bullet.
You get one Halloween that.
You get to dip the wing and the ranch and
You
shit.
brought Henny to the Henny Fest.
Yeah.
You got killed and didn't even get in.
Hey, that's
Nick,
this Romans 13.
That was what they was doing back then. There's no new thing under the sun. Right? Because I think, was it Dionysus? I think he was supposed to be the god of drink, the god of liquor, wine. So yeah, when they was worshiping that, you had to drink. That was the requirement to worship. You gotta get faith. You gotta get over. You gotta get turned.
Yeah. You gotta lose all inhibition and all morality. Like you gotta get to that. Yeah, you gotta get to that level when you black out.
Mm-hmm.
Then the demon energy can work with you.
13 and 13. Let us walk.
Somebody look up Saturnalia, like somebody go into an article on it, show you like how that used to be. Because also during Saturnalia, they would go and kill Israelites too. Them Romans, they get drunk and they would go and kill some jakes.
Romans 13 and 13. Let us walk earnestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Britannica Saturnalia Roman Festival. Saturnalia, the most popular of Roman festivals, dedicated to the Roman god Saturn. The festival's influence continues to be felt throughout the Western world. Originally celebrated on December 17th, Saturnalia was extended first to 3 and eventually to 7 days. The date has been connected with the winter sowing season.
It was the solstice. I was just gonna say that it was connected to the solstice.
Yeah.
Which is when the final season of the year comes around. So,
That's was considered the shortest day
yep.
of the
shortest
year.
day of the year. Yep.
The
More
da-
nighttime, less daytime, daylight. Summer solstice is the opposite.
Yeah.
The longest daylight, less night.
The date has been connected with the winter sowing season, which in modern Italy varies from October to January. Remarkably, like the Greek Chronia, it is the liveliest festival of the year. All work and business were suspended. Slaves were given temporary freedom to say and do what they like.
You already did. You already did.
Temporary freedom, bro.
Day off.
Yeah.
Day off of the plantation.
And certain more restrictions were eased.
Yeah, but what are they even telling you? Oh, you can be free to worship this shit today.
Yeah.
You gonna give us a day off for the Sabbath? No, how about just give us the 1 day of new moon? Just give us the new moon for every month. Hell no. They ain't letting that go down. You know, there's 2 Genesis involved with righteousness. One is involved with righteousness. They'll be all for it. National holiday the whole night.
The streets were infected with a Mardi Gras madness. A mock king was chosen. The season of greeting, Saturnalia, was heard everywhere.
You want to know what this is? The Christmas Day parade. They still got that, don't they? They get froze out this year.
Probably a folks out here.
But
Was
that's
it
normally
Macy's
what it
Christmas Day Parade or some
Yep.
shit?
is. Christmas Day parade, the same like Mardi Gras. They always pick a master of ceremonies, which is pretty much the king. They get to ride around and do this shit. Oh man, they throwing candy and beads. You know, bread and circus. You got it.
The closing days of the Saturnalia were known as Sigillarium, something like that, because of the custom of making toward the end of the festival presents of candles, wax models of fruit, and waxen statuettes, which were fashioned
Demetrius.
which were fashioned by the sigillary of manufacturers of small figures in wax and other media.
You gotta click on that word, bro. Singularity. So that word is.
Can't click on
What's it called? What's the name of the word?
it. Sigillari.
Oh, you got it.
The cult statue of Saturn himself, traditionally bound at the feet with woolen bands, was untied, presumably to come out and join the fun. The influence of Saturnalia upon the celebrations of Christmas and the New Year has been direct. The fact that Christmas was celebrated on the birthday of the unconquered sun gave the season a solar background connected with the kalends of January 1st, the Roman New Year, when houses were decorated with greenery and lights, and presents were given to children and the poor. Concerning the gift candles, the Romans had a story
Why
that
would they why would think about it? It's kind of hippie. Why would they give them wax fruit and shit? Because there was no real fruit. There was no real fruit growing at that time of year. Okay, so it was like a gift. But what do they make that wax into? Bakery goods. You know, and sweet cakes and stuff.
concerning the gift candles, the Romans had a story that an old prophecy bade the earliest inhabitants of Latium sends heads to Hades
Read.
Yeah.
and phota to Saturn. The ancient Latins interpreted this to mean human sacrifices. But according to legend, Hercules advised using lights. According to said Hercules advised using lights and not human heads.
They would light the skulls up. So just same as Halloween, they put the candle in the jack-o'-lantern, they just put candles in skulls too. This shit gets bad, man. Like when you start looking at rituals of this shit that you guys are practicing and you think it's innocent and it's really not, the vibration is still amongst it. Because what do you see? Like I showed y'all that picture last night, right? The bouquet of flowers, but it didn't look like a bouquet of flowers. What was around it? Drinks, candles, everything the brother brings, sweets. Probably had cookies and shit. You know? You got it? Still got this.
Feast of Fools, popular festival during the Middle Ages, held on or about January 1st, particularly in France, in which a mock bishop or pope was elected. Ecclesiastical rituals was parodied, and low and high officials changed places. Such festivals were probably a Christian adaptation of the pagan festivities of Saturnalia. By the 13th century, these feasts had become a burlesque of Christian morality and worship.
I forget what it means, but basically it's like a revealing of skin and
Yeah.
basically
Like lace.
like a strip show.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely.
There was a lot of nudity. 'Cause I read somewhere also where, because during that time, like during that celebration, it was like really it was like a week where they pretty much was able to live lawless, like
Yeah.
how they do on the purge.
It was, yeah.
You just live lawless. Man. You can go out and drink as much as you want, eat as much as you want. You can go around butt ass naked. You can do all that shit. That's what they was doing.
It's okay.
It was all right. Wilding out. Man.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, like you said, a week.
The same as coming to Sin City.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
do whatever you can do.
And you think about it, that week starts now and ends on New Year's. It's doing the same shit.
That's how they set it up
Mm-hmm.
to where it can blend other shit into the pagan worship. Did you see that word? Did you see that word? Sigma, whatever that word was?
I didn't see.
It up. It just showed tree.
By the tree? No definition in that, brother? It's an upright tree. Guess that's how it fits into it as well. You got to do something.
It's Isaiah 44 and 9. It says, they that make a graven image, they that make a graven image are all of them vanity. And that,
Now, you telling me Christmas ain't a graven image? It's so deep in the people's minds, graven into the people's minds. As soon as a newborn of the family comes to life, right? Or comes out, they gotta get them in it immediately. They can't wait for baby's first Christmas. They'll go get him christened, you know, a few days after a month or whatever after he's born, and then they'll take him right down come December, pretty much sacrifice him into this vibration.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
it says, and their delectable things shall not profit. If they are their own witness, they shall not nor know that they may be ashamed. Who has formed a power or molded a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of many. Let them all gather together, let them stand up. Yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashion it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule,
He maketh it out with the line. He fitteth it with the planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a
I
man.
noticed the Illuminati speaking right. They support what they do.
Into the
And
dark.
maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. He heweth down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and rain doth nourish it. Right, basically going into all the different ways that these idols are formed. You know, you have the smith, which is creating it out of what? Out of precious metals. You got the carpenter fashioning it with whatever whatever tools he's using. But it says he heweth down cedars, and taketh the cypress and oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and rain doth nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it and maketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god and worshipeth it. He maketh it a graven image and falleth down to it. He burneth He burneth part thereof in the fire, with part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasteth roast and is satisfied. Maybe the same customs that Jake is doing today. Yea, he warmeth himself and say, Aha, I am warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image.
Now, what if they just, why couldn't Jake just take the same preparation,
Bro,
with
give
that
the
type
glory
of
unto
energy?
Yahweh.
Right. We'd rather give it to these idols.
Continuing, it says, He falleth down unto
So
it.
the Lord's name is polluted amongst the heathen. They take, they ascribe the glory of the Most High. They give it to an idol. They're pretty much profaning His name. They're defiling His name, because the Lord placed His name upon Israel. So if the Lord placed His name upon Israel, and Israel is given the glory, they're ascribing the glory to idols. That's basically what they're doing. They're profaning His name, man. This is what pissed the Heavenly Father off. You know? Like I created the man who created that. And you want to worship that? Are you serious? I can see the heathens doing that shit because they're vain.
Mm-hmm.
But you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know?
It says, He falleth down unto it and worshipeth it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. And none consider it in his heart, in his mind. Neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burnt part of it in the fire, yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof, I have roasted flesh and eaten it, and shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree? He feedeth of ashes and deceived heart, hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee, thou art my servant, O Israel, thou shalt not be forgotten of me. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's like I keep going. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as for a cloud thy sins, and that's for thy elect. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Sing, O ye heavens, for the Lord Yahweh hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth, break forth into singing, ye mountains. O forest and every tree therein, for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai hath redeemed Jacob, and glorified himself in Israel.
Well, real quick, and this is segueing back into Saturnalia, right? This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. This is NLT, and this is Apostle Paul says. I'll start at 19. It says, "What am I trying to say? Am I saying that food offered to idols has some significance, or that idols are real gods? No, not at all. I'm saying that these sacrifices are offered to demons, not to the Most High. And I don't want you to participate with demons. This is why we tell you don't participate in this shit. We don't want our children participating in it. You know, you don't participate. But you participate in the demonic festivity. Okay, this is why a lot of death happens during this time. Okay, it says you cannot drink from the cup of the Lord and from the cup of demons too. You cannot eat at the Lord's table and at the table of demons too. What do we do? Do we dare to rouse the Lord's jealousy? Do you think we are stronger than He is? Hell no, we ain't. Right? That's what you're doing. You're partaking in a demonic festivity, so you're pretty much fellowshipping with demons. Scriptures say to be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. What fellowship do righteousness have with unrighteousness? You know, what fellowship do light have with darkness? You know, that's why he said to be be separate. Come out from among them and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Scripture in Sirach, first chapter of Sirach, fear the Lord, man. Fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Our people don't fear the Lord, man. That's why when judgment come upon them, they don't think the Lord done it. Even though they said, "Oh God," our people not thinking about the sins they commit to the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Micah chapter 2, verse 10, arise and depart, for if this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with the sword of destruction. What for being involved in this?
With what though? The idols? That's pollution. That's profane.
Yep.
I guess. Habakkuk, the second chapter, the 18th verse. What profiteth the graven image to the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there was no breath at all in the midst of it.
And in that cobblestone, the same thing, like it is like a wooden structure overlaid with semi-precious stones or something like that. But on the inside, like a moon rock or some shit that they say.
Yeah, the rock that fell from the heavens.
Yeah, you know. A lot of people just look for anything to work for. You have to have a living gift. You have to have a living power that requires you to worship. And gives you how to do it. In an instruction manual on how to reverence it, called the Bible.
And our people want to see. They want to see and feel and touch. They just can't have faith.
It's Jeremiah 2. Hold on. I'll start here at I'll start at the top down. It's Jeremiah 2 at the top. Start.
Just read it.
I know. I'll just start at I'll start at the top. Jeremiah 2 at the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, and the love of thine espousals when thou wentest after me in the wilderness of a land that was not sown. Israel was holiness unto the Lord and the first fruits of his increase.
That's why the Lord sent out his prophet. Every prophet, that the Lord woke up and sent out is cussing out you Israelites and serving idols. serving these dumbass idols, man, that you create from your mind, you know.
It says, hear ye the words, and the first fruits of his increase, all that devour him shall offend, evil shall come upon them, saith the Lord. Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Evil shall come upon them.
You
They
walk-
feeling that
you walk.
evil over there, you know, down south and the East Coast. They feeling the evil right now.
Hear ye the word of the Lord, Yahweh, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Thus
Called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. They're the house of Israel.
Thus saith the Lord, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain.
Yep, vain means empty. So you're celebrating this day, the so-called Christmas. It's a vain holiday. You know, the Lord gave you high holy days to celebrate. You know, anything, you serving anything other than that is vain.
Neither said they, where is the Lord that brought us out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of drought and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passed through, and where no man dwelt. And I brought you into a plentiful country, to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land and made mine heritage.
Yeah, that's over there in Israel, man. The Lord kicked us out, man. Sent us in slavery to other nations. And he put Esau, Edom in there to defile that shit. You know?
Yeah, remember when the Lord brought us into the land, immediately he had told us, through Joshua, that these idols that these nations here, the idols that they deal with, will become a snare to you. What did Jake do? Instead of taking them out and getting rid of those idols and their images, Jake started worshiping.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Hey, them heathens that was around about.
They start putting hell on them. They ended up going into captivity after captivity. Why you think the Lord brought us over here to America to serve slavery? It's that same behavior, man. Now you serving your slave masters' days and worshiping his gods.
He's not for our God.
Come.
He got his own God.
Exactly.
It says, but when ye entered, ye defiled my land and made mine heritage an abomination. The priest said not, where is the Lord? And they that handled the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit.
And even the Pope himself promote Christmas.
Yeah.
With the Dagon hat on, with all the other symbolic
Represent the false prophet.
Yeah.
Brother Peace.
Yeah.
So you all that.
Wherefore I will let, saith the Lord, and with your children's children will I plead, for pass over the isles of Chittim, and see and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no powers? But my people have changed their glory for that which did not profit. Be as
Now our glory was having the spirit of Yahweh outside and his wisdom upon us. But now what? We trade that in to act like blind on us. It ain't about worshiping demons and shit. It's really just about the kids. Well, you got the kids worshiping demons and shit.
Bro, Jake is ass backwards. 'Cause here it is when the Most High, when we're in good standing with the Most High, we're in our own sovereignty. We have our own land. We're blessed. We got everything in order.
Yeah.
The heathen's serving us. But then you turn around and betray him, swap him out for a thing made with man's hands, something that comes from the figment of imagination of a vain individual. Now you knee deep in the worship and getting all into it, all into the culture of it.
Yeah.
And then with that same attitude, you say, what profit to serve this guy? What profit is in serving that guy? That's crazy. These other nations, they don't change their gods. They're super devout to their gods, and we know that their gods aren't the Most High God. But you go super hard for these other deities out here, man.
Not for your own.
Not for your own, though.
Not for your own benefit.
Yeah. Is there more?
It's Jeremiah 2 and verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord Yahweh. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
Yeah, man. That's the river of living water, all right, which is this wisdom. Okay, the Father gave us laws, statutes, commandments, instructions, how we would be able to govern ourselves in the world and be a representation of Him on the earth. Right? That even all other nations would see us, and they would gravitate. You know, when Jake then lost their weight. You know, that salt then lost its savor. So you're good for nothing now.
Yeah, Jeremiah the 17th chapter, the Lord said He took our heritage away from us.
Yeah.
Did you get that verse? Second chapter.
Jump down.
No, before that,
Oh yeah, it's the next verse. Verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Or is he spoiled?
this is why I don't worship. Power of the wisdom of the Heavenly Father as a servant into idol worship that have no real benefits. You know? That's why we're on the bottom. That's why we're in the ghettos. That's why we get the worst neighborhoods, the worst foods, the worst judgments from our oppressors.
Yeah.
Filling up prison houses, harlot houses, all of it. The worst, the hospitals, the cemeteries,
Prisons.
This is why.
Think about it. Because of Jake's behavior, Jake has been more of a slave and a servant than an actual ruler.
Yeah.
Throughout all of our captivities, throughout our timeline in history, we've actually had to serve under nations the majority of the time. Because Jake just could never freaking get it right. You know?
We have it, we get on the track. Somebody want to go astray. King or something rise up and go astray, lead them astray.
Yeah. That's why he said that. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Y'all like being in this condition? But why you keep doing the things that are getting you put into that condition?
That's why it's,
the Lord recorded that day against us when He handed us the commandments. You know, when He had Moses come down and bring the commandments down and make that covenant with us. And if you keep this covenant and do the things that I say, obey my voice, then you have all these blessings. These blessings will overtake you, man. Yeah. But if you don't, and you don't obey His voice, and you don't keep His commandments, statutes, and His judgments, that all these curses shall come upon you. Jake, they must love the curse. Because you served under the curse and under captivity longer than you served in a kingdom.
As the head of a king. Yeah. I gotta put.
When was the last time as a nation? Since what? King David and Solomon?
yeah.
70 years? Over all the time that we did, the
Over all
earth
the
was
hell, bro.
Man, I was saying that's why it's so fitting that in the kingdom we gonna rule forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did.
But that's why He's gonna have to make us
Yeah,
righteous.
yeah, right. Yeah.
If Jake keep fucking up, it's just gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
So that's why the Lord had to make that new covenant, man. Well, He's gonna make us get it right, man. We should be programmed to get it right. We're gonna be righteous for all eternity.
You answered the question. He asked the question. I got another question. You answered it, right? 2 Ezra 6, verse, I'm going to start at 57. It says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have been ever reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Which in the curses it told us that, or the blessings anyway, Deuteronomy 28 was saying that no one would ever be over us if we did what we were supposed to. If we didn't, then everybody would be over us and destroy us and devour us, right? It says that, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now, is the question, like, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Going right back to the home. So without creating slaves and servants,
we just gonna continue to be up under these other people, man.
with all the wrong, vain ways. But I gave you the instruction of the right way to do it.
Right. Yeah.
This is an uplifting question, but it's an uplifting message that we have.
So Ruth chapter 3, and I'll start at 9. I'll start at 10. It says, how happeneth, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country.
Yeah, that was during the time of ancient Babylon.
We've been in captivity now for 7 years, 40 years, no, not something like that. We going to
That was
captivity.
the Babylonian, I think, was 70 years.
That was 70. But then we was in ancient Egypt 400. We've been in this one 400.
Not to mention the ones in Judges, like it was like what
it was
a bunch of them. Yeah. Like 20 years here, 7. You know, it just hop around.
It says, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. For thou hast, it says, thou hast forsaken.
That's huge because we were not meant to die. The way the setup was, we weren't meant to actually die. Okay?
We were created in the likeness of the Lord's image.
Yeah.
So
But
we were made to
guys that died like men.
right. We were created in the image of His eternity.
Yeah.
Before we learned sin, we were immortals.
Yeah.
The moment we start to learn sin, practice sin, that's what corrupted us and we became mortals. The penalty for sin is death. That's why we died now.
It says, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hadst walked in the way of Yahweh, the Most High God, thou shouldest have dwelt in peace forever.
Oof. You just did what He said. Hey, you be dwelling in the land, prospering, blessed. You know, you wouldn't have to be complaining about, why are we the only ones that are without? Why are we in the ghetto? Why are we in the hoods killing each other? Why we don't have
Begging
nothing?
for reparations.
Why are we begging for reparations?
Why we marching?
Why, yeah.
To get
Why
justice.
we can never get justice? Yeah.
No justice, no peace. This talking about we would have been dwelling in peace forever.
Right.
As long as we're here, as long as we're here in this land, till the final, there is going to be no peace.
And this land waxing old, just marinating in wickedness.
Dried up.
Dried up. You don't even know who you are. Somebody asks you, what's your nationality? Oh, I'm black. Oh, I'm African American. Oh, I'm. Then you start naming religions.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Muslim. Oh, I'm Kemet. I'm this. I'm
a Moor.
I'm a Moor. What does Moor mean?
Right.
I'm Negro. What does that mean? That just go back to black.
When did that word start? It's not that old.
Hey, they showed you that in that movie Malcolm X when he read the definition of black. What it means in black.
void of light,
obscurity,
Death,
defiled,
dirty,
evil.
Yeah. All the synonyms for the word
all
black.
that. And we now take on those proverbs and bywords to ourselves.
Yeah.
We self
We embrace them.
assimilate, embrace them. Yeah.
Call it culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said so forth. But
1 Kings 9:7. You bring that up?
no, I'm not in that. No. Different chapter.
1 Kings 9:7. Then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people.
Yep. You a nigga, you know, you're black, you're a wetback, you're a spick, you're a tonto, whatever they call you, man.
Yeah.
Savage. That's what Indian mean. All bywords, man. As soon as you start to call yourself a prince of the power, now you're anti-Semitic. So you are right as long as you call yourself a byword. And once you start to come back to your true identity, now it's a problem. It's a crime now. You know?
It was cold how Elder said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cold as shit. All the bad shit, pedophilia, and all this other crazy shit going on in the world. But this is the hottest topic that you got to come against some black people for. You know, against some men standing out here proclaiming the word of the Lord and actually trying to repent, teaching us to repent. And this is the biggest crime you got.
That's only a problem when we repent. Huh?
It's the only problem. We repent because we want to act right.
Yeah.
When we was niggas and gang bangers and robbers and thieves, nobody said that. Just dropped the hammer on us. Everything was moving as according to plan. Now this is throwing off the plan.
Yep.
Hypocrites, bro.
Yeah.
Once Jake stopped celebrating Christmas, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You got to next year. If we get to next year, if you got Jake and Droz just not celebrating Christmas, it's gonna be a problem. It's
Start seeing it.
It's gonna be emergency.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping,
vocab gonna have emergency live stream.
Yeah.
I'm hoping some shit's going on right now.
Him, Sister Cherry, they're gonna go at least 10 hours.
Yeah. How did niggas go 10 hours on the stream?
Bro.
Talking about nonsense. Nothing.
But see, that's how you know Satan is like they on Satan's side. Because even Yahweh Shai explained it about a person that one sinner that repents, that turns from sin and repents. The angels rejoice over that. They do, but they do the opposite when they hear of a Christian leave from that sinful religion and come over into the knowledge of the truth to be an Israelite.
Yeah.
They actually panic and they gotta have an emergency live.
That happened recently.
That Christian rapper, Grits,
Yeah.
they ain't too happy about that. They hear about these Christian rappers. They was on the Christian side, but then they start to search more and more, and now they starting to come onto the Israelite side, and they hate that shit. But the angels rejoice over that. But you got a problem with that? We see what side you on.
Yep.
But we're wicked.
But we wicked though.
We're false prophets. We're all the bywords against us. Defamation that come against us.
Hey, the scriptures, even Paul said it. There was times when the Lord winked at your ignorance, but now it's commanded that you repent. All men repent, man. So hey, when a man comes into the knowledge of the truth of being an Israelite, he knows that there's a certain way of living that comes with that. You're gonna have to change your ways. You're no longer a Babylonian. You're an Israelite. So now you have a new way of living, a new conduct. become a new creature. You ain't celebrating these pagan days anymore. You separated yourself from that. You separated yourself from your families when they partake in it.
You can help you not in that vibration at all.
Yeah.
At least it's
Hey,
possible.
it was funny, like vocab and them going live and pretty much throwing shade on these Christian rappers because they found the truth and come into the knowledge of the truth. That's no different than when you separate from your family because you was once doing the shit that they was doing, but now that you didn't turn your life around, now they got all this shit to say about you. First Peter, you already know what time it is. That's exactly what vocab and them is doing.
Showing you what side they on.
The Christians want to disown you because you no longer want to be a pagan. You no longer want to be a hypocrite.
Right.
You no longer want to serve a Trinitarian God that goes back to ancient Babylon and Egypt.
Not going straight to the point or
You can start at one.
1 Peter 4:1, it says, for as much as Mashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. Because sin gives your flesh pleasure. Right? It says,
Yahweh Shai, he was in the likeness of sinful flesh, but he condemned sin in the flesh. He was tempted just like we're tempted in the flesh. Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh.
Yes. Cleaning off what? That old man, mortifying that old man in what? Living according to the spirit. And not giving in into the carnality of the flesh, no?
Yeah, which Christianity is all about the flesh. You'll take something spiritual as a vision and turn it into he ate unclean meat. Talking about Peter. You'll take what Yahweh Shai said is not what enter to a man, but what come out with the fallen man. So yeah, that means we can eat some stir fried shrimp.
He okayed it.
He okayed it. Like what? Everything the Lord said right there, it was all spiritual.
You gotta be in this, like Paul said, you gotta be in the spirit to really get it. If you don't, it's gonna be hard for you to. And I'm talking to you like babies. Yeah. Carnally like babies.
Dumb myself down.
Dumb myself down to explain this stuff. It says, verse 3, it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, right? Of our nationality and following.
I want somebody to read that in the NLT. I wonder what it says to the NLT.
I think I read it video.
First Peter 4 at the top, so in the NLT, it says, so then, since Yahweh Shai suffered physical pain, you must arm yourselves with the same attitude he had and be ready to suffer too. For if you have suffered physically for Yahweh Shai, you have finished with sin. You won't spend the rest of your lives chasing your own desires, but you will be anxious to do the will of the Most High. You have had enough in the past of the evil things that godless people enjoy, their immorality and lust.
Yeah, that's the point. You have to fight the will of the Gentiles in the flesh, right? Basically saying you've done enough. The little shit that you did or whatever it was that you did till you found out the truth was enough for you. You don't need to go no further, doing it no more. You've experienced it. Now you know it's wrong. Move toward the right.
It's beautiful too because it shows you basically different lots of men of the Lord, you know? Yep. Because some brothers got in at certain different ages.
I was a little older, while you were younger. You did us as a example. You were a younger man.
And that's why, like in certain epistles, Apostle Paul was calling out some of the things that the converts or the jakes that was coming into the church, getting the truth. He was calling out some of the things that they used to do.
Right.
You had men that was robbers. You had men that was homos. You had, extortioners. You had drunkards,
Pimps.
pimps, idolaters. It was worshiping whatever Roman god, whether it was Jupiter or Saturn or, who knows, man. The Lord cleaned them up. They changed, and they did a complete 180 and changed, man. That's the grace of the Lord right there, man. Yeah.
It says their immorality and lust, their feasting and drunkenness and wild parties, and their terrible worship of idols.
Yep.
What do you think people been doing all day? Wild parties and shit last night. And this party gonna go all through Saturday to New Year.
Yep.
To Janice.
They're gonna really turn up Janice.
Yeah.
They gonna get it. Man, people want to start.
Because Janice ain't tied to a religious thing.
Nah, it's just a straight up
Just a
party.
straight party.
Mm-hmm.
Let it all out tonight so you can start fresh tomorrow. That's what Janice basically is about.
Yeah, a lot of people, since it lands on a Sunday, right?
They off
They're
tomorrow.
gonna go to church on Sunday in the morning, and then at night,
Get sloppy drunk.
No, but here's the thing. New Year's Saturday night. A lot of them ain't going to church, bro.
also New Year's is Saturday. I thought it landed.
They ain't gonna be able to. They ain't gonna be able to wake up.
Yeah. It was out
So they
there.
ain't even gonna.
It's 5 in the
They
morning.
gonna be on the floor in the hotel room
Yeah.
with throw up next to them.
How many churches gonna get thrown up here next week?
Fucking, fucking coke and shit.
Yeah.
Pills. They're gonna be doing the most, like usual.
They're gonna overdose on their fentanyl and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go out like what was his name? Big Scar or whatever his name.
Wake
Go
up
out like Big Scar.
stranger, you know,
Yeah,
some stranger that they picked up. That's
Big scar.
yeah. Waking up in a strange bed. I don't know. You don't even remember.
I was thinking of it, bro. I was thinking of it, bro.
Hear the door close. You
Man,
Fuck am I?
Fuck am I? Yeah.
don't know what the hell you done did. You don't know whose woman that is.
Kidneys gone, bro.
Little stitches and shit. You don't know what the
You think he took a woman back to your room?
Oh
That's a
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All kinds of shit, bro.
Oh,
Hey, back
shit,
then, they didn't care though. Back in like Rome and shit, in Greece, they didn't give a fuck. They just wanted to get drunk and go do some shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, them trans is bold too. They'll slip your drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially a Jake.
yeah.
Yeah.
He got the strength to carry your ass to the
Carry you up the elevator.
his ass up that elevator and shit. Fuck man. You gotta
Wearing
get the
all that
helicopter.
and wearing heels and shit.
You
Oh,
gotta-
that was one story the other day, bro. Like 63 was ill, bro. Don't come ask me shit. If you're looking for me, the story. You know, deep down, do you know man, this is life. We brought this on ourselves, man. We brought this on ourselves. Now you gotta get out of it yourself. You know, so he said it that way, you know. Is it a little more there?
Verse 4. Of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do, so they slander you.
Niggas.
They start slandering. They start talking shit.
I'm gonna think he's holier than that. Something down.
You think you wild? Nah, Jacob.
They're not happy that you turn from sin. Even though the angels in heaven, they rejoice. You know? That shows you right there. They under the snare of the devil. They're pretty much mentally they're enemies of righteousness. They're enemies to the Most High and His Son.
Kendrick said, "Are you happy for me? Really? Are you happy? Are you happy we found something that works for us, even though you ain't into it?" We tried to tell you about it, but our people aren't. They want to stay in that same dark place.
Because you brought up basically how vocab is really the Christians. He's a brother or sister that really sees the light. Y'all must their eyes. And they basically have the opposite of the joyful and the cheerful spirit. You know, this Luke 6 and 22. He said, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company." You know, because that's what happens, man. Hey, the light is blinding to those that are dark around you. It says, "They shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake." That's the point. Right there, they separate you from the company.
I got family right now that
They'll call you they'll call you a heresy. You know, you left the church. Now you left the church to become a part of a hate group or cult. Which is slander. You know? But yet, if he turned back around and be like, "No, I worship your God. You know, I'm practice this pagan festivities that y'all do. You know, I'm give my kids some Easter bunnies and I'll just go back to being black. Then hey, all praises. Then. You know, that's a good thing.
Yeah. All kinds of things.
Okay, he jumped for joy when somebody say, "Well, I'm no longer in Israel."
You be seeking them out. On the street. Tell us all about it.
Tell us all about it.
We're gonna send a camera crew to your house.
Yeah.
We want the full document. We want the full breakdown.
Here, let me impress you with a trash ass freestyle. Make you feel welcome. You know, make you feel at home. Back on the plantation. Worship white supremacist Christianity. Yeah, we're gonna be death row.
Sirach 33 and 14. That's what it all boils down to.
Yep.
It says, "Good is set against evil, and life against death.
Yep.
So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly."
They're not really with you. And you can look at people and see that they're not really with you. Yeah, the Spirit gives us the strength to endure being around these people if we have to. But the truth is, man, it really shouldn't be walking together, joined up to these people in the evening. And I directly mean your family. You know, you got to try to separate yourself as much. Now, be at peace with all men if all possible. You know, there's wisdom you got to use, but really you shouldn't be making occasions on your own leisure time to be around people like that. Hey, I found out that the hard way. You know, being around people that ain't really in the brotherhood like that, for the family just do you dirt. The moment you say something that they don't like or that they thinking on their mind that you gonna say, here you go about to bring the bottle out. I wasn't about to bring it up.
Yeah.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't about to bring it up. You know, and here they go looking for an occasion to ridicule.
That's why, well, I know brothers now don't even bother. With their family, it's just like,
I rejoice, bro.
yeah.
Man, I ain't gotta drive down, fly out to meet up with them at a you know,
Nowhere.
do all that shit and act like I'm happy to see everybody. Motherfuckers is dark.
You just don't want to be around that aura.
It's all bad. It sucks your energy, man.
Yeah.
Make you use up all your energy to defend yourself around it. You ain't gotta say shit. You ain't like you physically gotta talk somebody into something. Just they spirit being demonic. You smell like weed, I don't want to smell that around. So you gotta hold that off. Then the demons that come with that. And then the alcohol demon. You know, then the swine that's in there. Damn, don't this look good? Damn, this is so good. You gotta hear this shit.
Hey, try some of this.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know damn well
I
don't
forgot.
eat that.
I forgot. You don't eat that.
forgot. Yeah,
You don't know what you missing.
Right? I
See,
forgot.
Muslim, right?
Looking at them ingested.
Exactly.
It's vexing.
Oh yeah. Just the smell of that shit,
And then
man.
just talk about how good it is and
And
it tastes so good.
then these the same niggas that complain about their health.
And then like 2 hours later, oh, my stomach hurts, my back hurts, my, you know, my
They
gout
open the
acting up.
bathroom, blowing it up.
Man,
Oh, you heard so and so in the hospital now. What? You got his leg cut off.
Yep.
that's all they say. They don't say what causes it.
Yep.
We know what causes it.
Okay, and I'll let you know right there, because it was one of these dumbass Christians I was on with vocab, and this nigga was claiming that in order for the curses to be upon us, we have to verbally agree to the covenant that binds us to the curse. I'm like, what?
Like now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and then he said, that
was part of the first covenant.
He said the curses are not, they're not
Inspirational? Something like that?
yeah, it's something to do with your, they're not genetic.
Yeah, they're not genetic.
He said they're not genetic. It's like, well, look at the fucking, the diabetes rate, the cancer rate,
They say
heart
that's-
disease, all these chronic diseases. Well, that's a curse.
Yeah.
One of the curses was that the Lord's gonna give us a long, continual sickness.
Yeah.
Jake leads in that shit.
Yeah.
So that
All
shows
the
you
way.
right there. That's genetic.
Yeah. Hey, the example of showing you that genetic, Moab eat worse than we
Bro.
do.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers
Moab
still
and
90%.
Japheth.
Yeah.
Japhet, Moab.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers got strength from eating all that bullshit.
All of that shit.
They good.
They be fucking fat as hell and live till like they 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Good health.
Yeah.
They can't make it to fucking 35 and shit without being on dialysis.
And gooks eat all that shit and like
Yeah.
dogs and
Yeah, they eat all
squid
the
and
It's good.
you said people?
Monkey brains.
But they eat
Yeah.
it with vegetables and drink tea with it.
Yeah.
They hinge on that. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta eat it with vegetables and drink tea with it. You want the curse.
That shows you right there. Yeah, the curse is genetic. Why when you go against the dietary law, you pay the fine for it.
Yeah.
But these other nations, they don't keep that law and they live long. They got their health. They good. They're not filling up the hospitals like you. They're not on all those medications like you.
Yeah. Why you don't see all
Not to
these?
say that none of them are you know, this heathens that's, you know, they got fucked up and eat health and they get on the medications and all that. But it's primarily you.
Yeah.
You don't see the other nations killing each other and
All the
you-
curses.
all the curses on us, man.
Yep.
Everybody got their little nation. You got little Chinatown,
Yep.
little Korea, you got little Ethiopia.
Little Italy.
Yeah, Jake just got hood.
Yeah.
Projects.
Fucking Skid Row.
This brother had a precept a long time ago, bro. It's probably gone, huh? The precept, right? The
Oh,
precept.
I was going to talk about more about Christmas here. This is Jeremiah 19:4. Because they have forsaken me and have estranged this place and have burnt incense unto their gods, whom neither their nor their fathers have known, nor the kings of Judah, and have filled this place with blood of innocents. They have built also high places of Baal, to burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings unto Baal, which I commanded not, nor spake of it, neither came into my mind. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the Yule log a symbol of burning sacrifices to kids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah.
I want to make sure.
Exactly. That was what the pagans, they was bent on, sacrifice.
In the Yule log, actually, there's a cake of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cake. And I this is before the truth, but I was like, when I heard about this shit, it was like, I thought it was fruit cake. Why they always passing this shit out? I hate fucking
Fruitcake.
You know? So I was thinking it was fruitcake. I don't know. I don't know the deeper meaning of it, but they really make a Yule log, and it's called Yule log. And people go and eat this shit.
Yule log?
It's called a Yule log. You can Google it.
I ain't never heard of that shit.
I bet you walk past it. grocery store. You know, that's this ties directly into that sacrifice. And what do you get the kids with? Sweets. You know,
You use that to insult somebody.
Yeah.
Call them a fruitcake.
You see it?
Yeah.
Separate. This is coming from the book of Exodus, the 23rd chapter.
Yeah.
It reads, let's go here at
Just like.
start this out. Thou shalt not raise a false report, but not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. But the point was, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, man. 'Cause that's what the whole world is doing. And that's why the scriptures always tell us to separate. When we go into the book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says, be ye holy, for I am holy. We're talking about being separate, because the world is in the vibration of wickedness.
So he called you, basically, you're a peculiar people to himself. You're a special people unto himself. You know? And he have chosen you to be a special people above all the other people on the face of the earth. So that means he wants you to be above these people. Be separate. Be better. Be a better quality, man. You know?
You have a standard of morality and wisdom to live by that makes you, what it says in Deuteronomy 2nd chapter, above all the people on the face of the earth. Higher. It was funny because Spirit hadn't been on me to do the video, but we mentioned it before, which was basically about how all the Shabbats is falling, new moons is falling on the majority of these so-called holidays.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are separate from it.
It's been happening like that for some years,
It's,
bro.
it's very spiritual how that happens.
Like out of all 12 months, like 6 to 8 of them all line up
Yeah.
to where we can't be involved.
They were celebrating Thanksgiving when we were celebrating Hanukkah,
Okay.
Feast of Dedication.
New moon
They
season.
celebrate the victory of their enemy with us. And we're celebrating one of our victories over the enemy.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But it's a separate spirit, though.
It was a complete separate spirit.
Another one just now, when the new moon, the double Shabbat came in, was winter solstice, which goes back to everything we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Yuletide and moon and all of this other stuff. All of that same month. Keeping us separate from that energy. So we ain't out involved in that energy.
The house of feasting versus the house of work.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5
Yep.
says, Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, but the Lord have not dealt so with any other nation. Even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Yeah, like we would tell your kids, I told you specifically not to do this shit. I didn't tell your friends, I told you. So why the fuck is you doing it? You know? That's how the Heavenly Father took ownership with us. He gave us the instructions of what not to do. But what did we do? We went off and did what our fucking fucking up. What do you think Pops is gonna do when he catches us?
What the heathens was doing.
You don't care about how other kids act. You care about how your children act.
Yeah.
Because that represents you.
And as a father, I don't even say it like this. As a father, you think about it like, damn, I can't choose my son's friends or my kids' friends, but I can arm them with the tools they need to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have to make that decision. And when they don't, if they don't, there's punishments that come along with that.
Yeah.
No different than the Heavenly Father. You got it, brother.
It says, For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
They should be, and even now, if you notice, even right now, being amongst regular people in the world, they still look to you for wisdom, for advice, for your input, to see your perspective on things.
And
They know you're looking at it different, and you're not, oh, what's going on? You sit back like, hey, what do you think about this? I don't put all that on. If you care to break it down to them,
you think about it, even at our low state, the world still looks at Jake for everything else besides wisdom.
Yeah.
They'll look at us for the entertainment, the the even like things that pertain to science and innovative technology. They'll look at us towards that, but far as like real wisdom that on how to live and conduct yourself, they're not looking to us.
We ain't got that.
Yeah,
Our culture won't let us
but
have that.
once we get the wisdom, all that other shit that we got, that's secondary. And those things will be heightened also.
Yep. Because you're gonna apply wisdom to it. Right. Yep. As well as big for us to get this wisdom, not the wisdom of the world, but this wisdom of the spirit of Yahweh Shemaiah.
Verse 7, for what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our
Look
power?
at the envy of the nations. But it's not like I wish it wasn't you, but it became that though, to where they didn't want us in that power seat because they knew what happened. They could never get into the leadership seat with us being on top, with our power.
Hey, ask yourself, people saying that about them fucking gutter rats, them
Right.
rats, man.
You don't want to hear
You don't hear nothing. Ain't nobody getting no type of positive influence by these people.
Yeah.
And look, the only thing that you hear positive about them ain't really positive, but they're great businessmen.
Yep. That's the only
They're
thing.
fucking stingy.
Yeah, and they own everything already, so it's easy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's their business.
They was born into the fucking money,
Right.
and they got it so good as if they could fuck off $1 billion and just say, oh, it's all right, we'll write it off.
The investment, yeah.
I'll file for bankruptcy. I'll start over.
Yep.
It's
Big difference.
big difference.
The laws and the statutes and the commandments are not.
It's the ultimate nigga shit.
Yeah.
You smell weed, you know a nigga's in the vicinity.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But how did that?
We went over the instance, man.
Yeah. Nigga.
Yeah. That was it. It was a little bit more. What?
It said, for what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for?
We'll teach them.
I said, and what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?
Teach them thy sons and thy sins. Something like that it says, I believe.
It says, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
And you were saying that because through Moses, what was shown? What power was shown in that event as Moses led us out of Egypt. And even in Egypt, still ancient Egypt, speaking of it, right? You forgot. Now keep this agreement and I'll keep this power as a benefit unto you. But we agreed, but did not do it. So we're still out here trying to pull you out the fire now. Like, hey, you people need to wake the fuck up. Stop celebrating this bullshit. And the consequences now are becoming more heightened as well. Keep worshiping this shit and see what the fuck happened to you. Your house gonna burn down. Motherfucking real life bitch gonna come in and steal your shit.
Yeah.
A real nigga gonna come and steal all your shit. I heard they got 4 VRs underneath in the spot, man. The have-nots, the ones that's fully engulfed in that demonic energy, that energy gonna come in and scorch you, man. But we know this message ain't for everybody. This message is for those, that elect, man, the ears to hear and eyes to see.
The Hebrew Chinese lexicon said for the initiated souls.
Yeah. Mysterion.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Mystery. Give it to you to know the mystery.
But to them,
Yeah, man, it's demonic ass day. Really, it's quiet, but all you saw was mainly demons out here.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of the people, they was indoors, you know, being
Yeah,
demons,
yeah.
you know, celebrating.
You had a nigga.
Next week they gonna be all through.
Oh yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
like they're gonna be charged with demons. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna release them.
You had the nigga motorcycle Harley demon, you know, up and down. We don't even see it that much on a regular Sunday, you know, because you usually be bad over there on the strip. But over here, we never really get it. But not, today, we got,
Just kind of pass by.
Yeah.
Doing donuts right here.
yeah.
Hey, you know, as in the days of Noah, as in the days of Lot,
Yeah.
continuing on, you know, as business as usual, just doing their folly, doing their shit. You know, judgment just came down. It's gonna be the same. You know, we represent Lot. You know, we got to deal with the bullshit. Look, here we go. Vexed with the conversation of the wicked, man.
We just spoke of that
Vexation.
stupid shit.
Pretty soon, this shit is gonna be no more. You know, people, they can't see the signs either. And that's how blinded they are. They don't even see the signs. We about to get up out of here.
Hell yeah.
You got the chariots over the sapphires and shit the other night.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see that happen because you understand. I believe Sapphire one of the no, I'm saying.
But it's a stone.
Yes, it's the stone.
Sapphire is a stone.
That's
Yeah,
what
it's a
I was
stone.
thinking.
Yeah,
Is it one of the gates? I was trying to go back to that.
And people were trying to say that, oh, it was the lights from the casino. Like, nah, hell no.
Not doing that.
Not doing right over it.
Yeah, doing that.
No, when the lights from the actual strip club were hitting it,
Yeah.
you could see it was hitting something solid. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know?
It's Revelation 21, and I'll start here. I'll get to or she start reading out.
Because it's just naming just the,
Yeah,
all
the
the stones.
So I'll start at 17. It says, and he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was as jasper, and the city was pure gold.
These are our Jerusalem gonna be a very high vibrational place. It's gonna be a very high vibrational place.
Mm-hmm.
The illumination that's gonna go out of that.
It's gonna sing, bro.
Like, I don't even think like once the city is complete, nations ain't gonna be able to really like be around Jerusalem like that. It's gonna be too holy and pure. I think we might be the ones only allowed, like just like how the priests was only allowed to go into the holy
Holies.
of the temple. Man, Jerusalem is like, because we're gonna be the temple.
Yeah.
We're New Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Bro, they ain't gonna be able to come around like that.
Come drop some stuff off. Drop off some
Yeah.
gifts and bounce.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too glorious and vibrational for these people.
Keep it. They're gonna have to leave it at the gates. Like, we can't. Yeah. You know, that's it.
Fuck that, give me your daughter.
Yeah.
Continue. It says, and the city was pure gold like unto pure glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what makes you think about that.
Kind.
Yeah, because this society is hella low vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Strip club, sapphire. Sapphire is good, high, good vibration. Properties in it is healthy for you, man. You know?
That's what they're trying to.
But the strip club, that's hella low demonic infinite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to act like that's the left-hand sapphire up in there.
Yeah. Now, we ain't gonna have no strip clubs in the kingdom, Safari.
No strip. No Passover. Passover in the strip club.
We ain't gonna be doing none of that. We're gonna have our women, our concubines, and and that's gonna be in the secrecy of your home. If you want to strip room, you want to turn your room into that, that's on you. Nobody will know about it. It's just you and whatever woman or women you got up in there.
Your wife.
Yeah, this way of living on that side, that's gonna be completely like we ain't gonna even think about that.
I'm gonna just say something that I say this as a man. I ain't trying to break this down, but something that will come to mind when you read about Herod, when the daughter was dancing for him, right? Stripping for him, bro. Enticing. I think it said she was enticing. And asked her mother what she wanted, and the mother said she wants to be a
Because understanding sapphire, it's spiritual. You know that the chariot is right there. I brought up the properties of sapphire, right? It says sapphire is said to be the wisdom stone. Come on, bro. You can't make this up, man. You know, and understanding the time that we're at right now, and wisdom is branching forth, man. Because Yahweh Shema Shai is gathering the elect. So wisdom is at an all-time. This is the highest wisdom that's ever been upon the earth in terms of our nation. You know, except back when Allah. But nevertheless, it says it is said to be the wisdom stone, stimulating concentration, enhancing creativity, and promoting purity and depth of thought. Believed to focus and calm the mind. It says assisting in communication and expressing your truth and belief. It says physical, mental, and spiritual planes.
They made a strip club after that. Right. This place, man.
Wicked.
It's a wicked place, man. But hey, we're in a time where, even though the wickedness is great, it's only going to increase. We know that the Lord is he's gonna bring everything to an end. Everything to a close. He's gonna address all his wickedness at once. All right. He goes back to save and also to judge and make war. Okay. All these idols, all this shit that Jake is into now, it's gonna pass away. With fervent need and great noise. Right? And what we get to look for after that? New heaven and a new earth, where the Lord righteousness. That's what the men of the Lord will be hastening. Right? So, yeah, man. I don't know about anything else. And with that, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Power.
Bashim Yahushua. Bashim Kakudash. Number one to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the house of David, the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.